Gilgamesh's Wheel of Fortune comes out tomorrow, and a lot of you are asking me whether you should spin this wheel or not. So in this video, we're going to talk about why I think people should spin the wheel for him, majority should spin some for him, how much you should spin, what you should do with this commander, and kind of what's his role within Rise of Kingdoms, at least from my perspective. So sit back, slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Well, Gilgamesh comes out tomorrow. I will be spinning for him probably 184 times. But should you do that? And if not, how much you should spin, if at all? We'll talk about that and much more in this video. But don't forget to drop a like on the video before we start. And subscribe down below for more Rise of Kingdoms content. And here we go. So Gilgamesh, in a nutshell, is a single target archer commander. He has no AoE whatsoever, and we've seen that in the past. Some of the best archer commanders are also single target. For example, Ramses, a primary to Nebu, a great rally. Ramses Nebu, a commander that's a single target primary, and a commander that's more of a multi-target due to his AoE with Nebu in the back. So majority of people are kind of comparing that to essentially switching now Ramses with Gilgamesh, and I don't necessarily think that that's a wrong approach. But it's not necessarily also the best approach. Let's talk about Gilgamesh, though, for a second, and then who we pair him with, and then also why you should or shouldn't spin, which is really the point of this video. So I'm really not going to read through all of this. You guys literally can read it on your own, but if you really want to see something interesting, Lilith don't even know how to put, like, spaces in between. Like, nobody proofreads this thing. Like, seriously. It's so easy to see that there's missing space here. Anyway, that's my ADD kicking. This commander's enemy health reduction, archer health bonuses, damage dealt, archer attack bonuses, more stack of archer attack bonuses, normal attack damage reductions, damage factors out the wazoo, makes him a primary single target beast. And now, what are you going to do with him? There are really two options. Number one is do what most people are talking about. Replace Ramses with Gilgamesh, and now you have Gilgamesh Nebu, a very deadly combo, considering Ramses Nebu was very deadly. Add to that now Gilgamesh, which seems to be stronger than Ramses in terms of a primary role, and you're upgrading your rally even further. However, Gilgamesh and Nebu on the open field doesn't seem to be too exciting compared to, for example, Gilgamesh Ramses. And the reason for that is with Gilgamesh Ramses, you're pretty much doubling down on that single target. The thing about archers is the AoE. When you have archers with AoE, the point is Artemisia YSG. Hide that Artemisia, that YSG behind a fairly tanky Artemisia and make it rain. And the same goes for Nebu. Put him behind a freaking Ramses and make it rain. But in those scenarios, you are using two commanders that are very different, single target and multi-target, together to create like a middle scenario, which is very good. But if you're gonna create a open field proper march, there are simulations out there that show that Gilgamesh Ramses actually does better than Gilgamesh Nebu on the open field. Now, what simulations am I talking about? Well, that's a great question. We have a new individual who's gonna hopefully start contributing into our Discord in the very near future. The man's on vacation, and rightfully so. And I'm not going to announce it, or this is a kind of small spoiler for those of you who are not in our Discord yet, discord.gg/gekkogaming. I will be announcing it very soon when he starts posting his things and gets back into action. And we have someone that I can tell you that I've seen all his simulations and his talent trees, and he's extremely pinpointed to exactly like perfection in terms of how to micro optimize your commanders. And so far, my understanding is that his simulations have been 99% right compared to real reports. So while I'm not a big fan of simulations in general, like I mentioned to you guys seem to really be keen on them. So we will be bringing some simulation data coming into our Discord in the very near future. But with that being said, Gilgamesh should be spun by pretty much everybody for the same reason you should spin pretty much every commander. And that is, if you're a free-to-play player, this may be not applying to you. It depends on what kind of a rate you get gems in. But when you get 3 free spins and 350%, we're talking 6 spins. Wow, my finger there just broke. 6 spins for the cost of, I believe it's like 1,200 gems or something like that, which means 4 more spins, I believe they're 800 a pop, and you are set. You got the 10 spins. Why is that you're set? Because at 10 spins in commander wheels, you're guaranteed 5 sculptures. And if you get lucky enough to get 5 sculptures from your regular spins, guess what? You can summon the commander and get yourself a writer of history. If you're a free-to-play player, that might be a little bit less enticing to you. Or if you're a low spender, that's where you should be spending your money on writer of histories. The $5 10 sculptures is amazing. So I'm the kind of guy who says, if you have the gems capability to spin 10 times, which is now extremely cheap considering every day you get a freebie and a 50%er, you can get to those 10 quite easily and get those 5 sculptures, which is some sort of progress. And as you can see, in my case, all the commanders that I don't have are MGE commanders because I just didn't go for them. And I do at least spin the 10 times to at least get the commander unlock for the sweet, sweet sculptures, or in this case, a little bit more than that. But anyway, who should spin more than this? If you're going to be an Archer rally leader, this is a no-brainer, 184 spins, unless you have Legendary Commander sculptures and you prefer to save your gems. It's very rare to have people that would rather waste the Legendary Commander sculptures and not save gems, but there are people out there with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of Legendary Commander sculptures, which they can then put into commanders. For me, 184 spins will almost guarantee, with my luck probably will not guarantee, let's face it, that I can expertise both Archer commanders in a very comfortable way. You should spin every single wheel to the point where you know that this is a rate of gems that you can recoup by the next wheel, and you want to spin every time to the extra rewards. So I believe it's 10, 25, 45... 60, 85, and 100, 60 and 100, something like that. There is like 5 milestones of the extra rewards, and every single time you hit that extra reward, which has either the commander sculpture or legendary commander sculptures, it makes the value of your spins be worth it. So I think that anyone who has enough gems to spin at least to that second layer to get some more legendary commander sculptures will be really good for you. And of course, you can in the process guarantee a writer of history, but if not, at least you want to get the 10 spins. Do not think, oh, I'm not an Archer player, I shouldn't spin for this. The 10 spins can get you the commander, which can get you a writer of history, which can be exactly what you need to get that extra commander expertise. Let me give you an example. On the jumper account, I am a little bit low on sculptures. And so I still am going to spin even though that jumper account needs more gems. But the reason I'm doing it is because I am gunning for hopefully Pakal and hopefully Herald, which are who's almost expertise there. And so every single sculpture matters for me. So to convert some gems and $5 into 10 legendary commander sculptures is extremely worth it for me. And of course, verification pops every single time we record. Who should expertise this commander? If you have Ramses or Nebu expertised, you can pretty much use him freely. However, you can use them with other things. If you have YSG and you want to put primary Gilgamesh YSG secondary, and as I'm talking, I lose focus on what's second and third. There's like extra derp right there, and I'm leaving it in the video. If you have Ramses or Nebu, those are fantastic with them. YSG can do good as well. I wouldn't put like a Gilgamesh Artemisia scenario, or even a Gilgamesh Tamaris might be questionably okay, maybe. But if you don't have Ramses or Nebu, you probably don't have Tamaris either. So yeah, I think that this is going to be a new rally. I don't think that this is going to be a rally that's going to break Zenobia in terms of not seeing Zenobia's in Garrison again. Because the second you put her on the Garrison, this comes out and you are very, very screwed. This. And so I think we're going to be seeing Gilgamesh Ramses rallies or Gilgamesh Nebu rallies a lot. Kind of like we're seeing now Ramses Nebus. But I still think that the meta is going to stay the same. And on top of that, I think that he is going to give more space for archers in the game. Finally, I'm going to have a third good archer march to put on the field. And as an archer player, 3 archer marches, a cavalry march, and an infantry march, in this case, a garrison march. And I'm set. I'm good to go. Are you guys gating Gilgamesh? Is there a reason why yes or why no? Have I missed something that you think is extremely important for the rest of the community to know about this commander? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. If there's a comment that I see that is important enough, of course, I'll get it pinned. And if you start your comment with, let us know what they're doing, and then you keep talking about the reasons why these things happen, and someone did that, I'm just going to laugh at you because you literally said Lilith know what they're doing at the beginning of your comment. Like, come on, dude. You start your comment with Lilith know what they're doing, and you expect me to read the rest of it? I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Appreciate you. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow because we are also competing for Amanitore. That is right. That is right. We are currently in 4th place. And that's the plan for the rest of this mightiest governor. And once we, we'll talk about her a little bit tomorrow and how she might completely and utterly change the garrison game. Take care. Have a good one. Peace.